Back from the loss at BYU. For Colorado, they've lost 2 of the last 3, including a loss at Utah. Oklahoma State wins the tip. The Cowgirls will have the basketball first. It's senior day. One more home game from this Cowgirl squad, but doing senior day today here in Stillwater. See, found Magassa, missed with the left.
Colorado defensively, they're going to keep everything in front, but they're going to have to extend out on Oklahoma State because they obviously have those multiple three-point shooters.
Garzone, very familiar with shooting in this arena, misses the jumper. It's been a couple of years here at Oklahoma State. Started all 30 games last season. Staley Hurd's shot is blocked, and she's been struggling the last couple of games for the Cowgirls.
What a great defensive play right there by Masagayo.
A big part of this lineup on both ends for Colorado. Short corner, nearly thrown away. Letta will get her first game back. Hasn't touched a basketball in about 3 weeks. Sagayo with the turnaround. Got it.
Yeah, she's terrific in the paint. Not necessarily a back to the basket player, but when she catches it in there, watch her this afternoon face up against the bigger Magassa.
Foul on Masagayo underneath. We take a look at J.R. Payne. Her team's really successful run here. 3 straight tournaments, 2 Sweet 16s.
Yeah, just a really good job she has done there in Boulder. A consistent program. It's just this season, a lot to manage with a lot of pieces missing game in and game out. But I love her approach, Adam. And she's like, you know, what else do we do? Doesn't make excuses. Next person up. And certainly capable here today against Oklahoma State.
Masagayo with another one.
Well, she's coming off a very good performance against Baylor. 16 points on 7 of 9 from the floor.
Hurd spots up.
Well, you would anticipate Staley Hurd bringing it a little more here today, if that's even possible with as hard as she plays. Struggled on the Utah trip at BYU, just didn't play well, and against Utah got in early foul trouble and only played 21 minutes against the Utes.
Letta off the mark. C able to kind of fumble it away there to Magassa, but it worked. Oklahoma State looking for some offensive rhythm here early on. Magassa tried to spin. Drew the foul on Garzone. Talked about J.R. Payne. Here's J.C. Hoyt in her 3rd season as the head coach at Oklahoma State.
Doing a really good job. We'll go to their 2nd NCAA tournament in 3 years. And then what's impressive about this team is offensively, very fun team to watch. The ball moves, multiple players that can pop you for 20, as you know, Adam. But this team defensively, by far the best in the J.C. Hoyt era.
And that was something she was concerned about at the beginning of the year. Finding Ray for a 3, C knocks it down.
Well, they're going to have to get those paint touches, Oklahoma State, but the way Colorado would defend, just keeping everything in front. Touches inside to Magassa and then just driving off the bounce are going to free those shots up for someone like Gray.
Credit C for not panicking when that initial shot got blocked. Beautiful feet underneath. Magassa gets the rebound. Coach Hoyt encouraging her squad to pick up the pace even in the half court. Hurd able to eventually draw the foul. Wetta's first personal as we take a look back at the Gray 3 from a moment ago.
Yeah, a little inside-out action. I'll see right there, draws the crowd. Gray did a nice job of sliding over into the vision of Asi, and then here's Hurd right here. A pretty good job defensively by Colorado. That was Wetta cutting Hurd off, but she's so physical, Hurd is, when she drives it. And so you can't relax at any time. Does a great job of creating contact.
Looking to see how Hurd responds today after her worst back-to-back game stretch of the season. She hasn't had any really, but it was a struggle on that Utah trip.
Yeah, and what she does is let the game come to her. Nice play right there. Terrific cut by Duke. Well, Colorado, difficult to defend because they mostly run motion. Good ball movement they'll have, good cutting, and bodies constantly moving.
Ball deflected free, now loose again. Still ends up in the hands of a Cowgirl. Hurd flings it up off the glass net. And that's out off the fingertips of Oliver and out of bounds. Oliver, one of those freshmen that's been playing better as of late, getting some more opportunities.
Now here's that last possession. Do a great job right there. Defender left side of the ball. Easy one right there in the paint.
Cowgirls by 3. 3.5 minutes in a fairly physical game so far. Gray misses from the mid-range. That's what Oklahoma State wants to see. They want to make this game as physical as possible. No physicality on that one, an easy layup.
And that's what having Weta back here today obviously does. They had the turnover the last possession, but it was a good look by Weta in transition. Oliver, who is getting to play heavy minutes as a freshman, you can see her potential and promise. Nice job of running the floor right there.
See, thought about the pass, instead missed a jumper and a foul. Who's it on? Gonna give that one to Nyamir Dew. Her first, the team's 4th. Oklahoma State has not committed one yet to this point. At the first media timeout, Cowgirls lead by a point.
Going in the half court.
Back to action as we take a look at Oklahoma State's keys as well.
And J.C. Hoyt, this ball club, they set the tone early. They've been really, really good. Get off to good starts, and they want to continue to be physical at both ends of the floor. Defensively, they felt like they won in Salt Lake just by being physical, grinding it out. And you have to be able to do that when the offense is not clicking, which even with good offensive teams like the Cowgirls have, that's going to happen. And they want to do that also, be physical offensively after ball movement. They really want to look at driving it with strength, turning the corner.
Praise Igorevba, who's had a couple of nice games over the last few contests here, at the line and makes the first free throw. Cowgirls already, Brendan, in the bonus. Colorado does not have a player with more than 1 foul, but they've already committed 5 as a team.
Igorevba continues to gain confidence offensively. She's a tremendous position defender, an excellent rebounder. Now what's happening is she's starting to finish inside. About that good game she had against Utah. 10 points, had 10 points against Arizona here in Gallagher as well.
The Utah game was her first double-double. Cowgirls defending here. Colorado with 5 seconds to shoot. Benson will let it fly. Too strong, but the offensive rebound and the putback for Oliver.
That's a great job of Oliver is following the flight of the ball. When those bricks are thrown up, sometimes you could be thrown off.
Offensive foul called on Igorevba on the moving screen, and bringing both Betson and Oliver involved in that last play. Both true freshmen for this Colorado squad.
Yeah, maybe Betson was thinking pass right there, but you see Oliver, I mean, it's a great job. Offensive rebounding, the good ones are able to understand the flight of the ball, follow it, and go to that area.
Hey there, gives it away. Betson on the drive. Up and under move in the finish.
Well, Betson has had some really good games as a freshman in conference play. Started the game at Utah a couple of games ago. Her best game, had 15 points. Continues to be rewarded with another start here today.
Gray tied up as she went up. The possession arrow favors Oklahoma State, favors Colorado.
Well, again, Colorado, they're going to be very sound defensively. In the half court, they're going to play predominantly man. They're going to keep everything in front at them. And not really pressure you much, so you can be comfortable, but you still have to have crisp ball movement. You got to get those defenders to move, to shift, so that those gaps or openings happen later in the shot.
Doesn't let another fly. Foul on the rebound. They're going to give that one, I believe, to Staley Hurd. No, we're going the other way.
I get Oliver going over the back right there.
It's her first loose ball foul, so it'll be free throws at the other end for Oklahoma State. Colorado has climbed back in front 12-11 after Oklahoma State got out to the early lead. All 12 of Colorado's points, Brendan, have come in the paint.
Well, you know, outside of Oklahoma State being able to get into the foul line, I think for J.R. Payne, this is a perfect type of game. Oklahoma State has not been able to get into any true offensive rhythm. That's what you hope if you're Colorado is you got to defend without fouling. And if you do that, continue to execute like you have been defensively, you really will have something going here on the road.
Foul and one as Masagayo knocks down the bucket.
I think they might get, is it Hurd right here? Masagayo is really clever. Look at that. Faces up, will create some space. And I think they got Hurd reaching in right there.
Almost looked like Hurd was looking the other way and reaching that arm in there at the same time.
We talked to Coach Payne before the game and specifically asked her about Masagayo. She says, yeah, I mean, she could be a potential matchup issue for Oklahoma State. Tenin Magassa, the rim protector for the Cowgirls, very, very defensive minded, obviously, but if you can pull her away from the basket, that is definitely beneficial.
A little bit of an unforced error there on the turnover for Oklahoma State, gives it back to Colorado. And the Buffaloes have kind of been the aggressor here early on. And you talked about the spacing earlier, Brendan. I think a lot of people hear spacing and they think perimeter shooting. It also clears those cuts and the passing lanes to get to the rim like they have. Saw it again right there.
That's really good. Weta saw the opening and drew to the help right there. And then Masagayo just waited patiently in that short corner area.
Post feed Magassa. Hook too strong. Colorado by 4 and with the rock. Good crowd on hand here in Stillwater for Senior Day. Hudson skips it to the short corner. Let's do with Masagayo from the mid-range. Too strong. From the offensive board. And Doom shovels it up and in. And a timeout from the Oklahoma State bench. A little forced for Oklahoma State offensively.
Yeah, again, the way Colorado defends, they just keep you in front. You're going to be able to move the ball and almost feel a little bit too comfortable out there in the perimeter. You have to get the ball moving crisply against this Colorado defense.
Magassa fouled. She'll go to the line. Masagayo wanted to argue her case, but won't get to it. It's her second personal.
We talked about Gregor giving Oklahoma State a little bit more offense, finishing on putbacks, etc. Magassa's really improved as an offensive player under J.C. Hoyt, and they are committed to throwing it into her. And if you look over the last 3 games, Adam, Magassa's had 25 field goal attempts. That's by far the most touches she has had in a 3-game stretch this year. She shoots at 60%. And obviously right now it looks like Colorado is going to play behind her and keep her isolated.
Magassa able to knock it away here and take the ball away. Now it's turned back over in the scramble. Out of bounds off of Colorado. And to have your head on the swivel for a few seconds there. And Magassa, you were talking about her attempts over the last few games. There were a couple of games in there that Oklahoma State lost where she had like 1 or 2 field goal attempts, and it seems like they've re-emphasized getting her back involved. Spot up, and got the roll.
Well, that's confident right there. You would not have seen her do that in November or December, face up and shoot a 15-footer.
Add that to her game in addition to the back of the basket game. That's the difference. And there's where she's really strong. The swap from Magassa. Cowgirls in transition. Smith attacks. Could not get the roll. I'm impressed she even got that inside the cylinder from that angle, but Gray will go to the line with a chance to tie the game up.
Where's that face-up jumper? Hewitt draws help and eyes it up, and Garzone handled that correctly. I think you want her to shoot it there, and then Weta just got too deep. It allows Magassa, who now has 249 career blocks. She's just sitting back there waiting.
Smith missed the first, got the second. Oklahoma State back within 1. The shot clock is off as we hit the end of the first quarter, and Colorado has possession. Here comes the trap. Skip past Garzone. Off the iron. Out of bounds. The officials talking about it. The initial indication was Colorado. Both official, or the main official who made the call asked both, and neither had a good look.
It's tough to tell there, for sure.
And the Cowgirls steal it away anyway. 3-on-2 for Smith. Pull up from the Big 12. Let's go, falls. First quarter, helped out by a few turnovers in the last couple of minutes there by Colorado. Offensive rebound, Magassa. Cowgirls will reset. I see this time. No. Another O board. Inside to Magassa this time. To the cutter, Smith.
Right. Terrific cut right there. With a great find by Magassa. And again, you can see her patience inside. She's just gotten so much more comfortable when she's playing with her back to the basket.
Weta kicks it out. Open look. Way strong. Rebounded by Hurley. Smith tripped herself up, called for the trap.
Here's that last possession for Oklahoma State on the offensive end. See Magassa getting good post position, and watch Smith right here. Weta loses sight of Smith. Smith cuts. And that's what happens when you give Oklahoma State 3 chances on that possession. You're so efficient offensively, you're eventually going to get burned.
Oliver buries a three-pointer. The freshman already at 7 points, double her average.
Well, really makes some nice plays. And you can tell that she is going to be a really good player in this league over time.
Hurd able to finish through contact. So now to Oliver. Weta now driving. Mawari kicks it out. Dew around the screen. Dew all the way around the horn. Missed the shot. Out of bounds off of Aussie. They'll stay with Colorado.
Here's Oliver right here. What a good job waiting on that screen. Just a little drive and kick. Penetrating pitch, and then Hurd. That's one of the few times that quickly Oklahoma State or Hurd has been able to drive it, get an angle, and get to the rim.
Felt like maybe the most complete drive of the game for Hurd, especially including Oklahoma State as a whole. Shot clock was running low, and after the deflection, shot clock goes off. It'll be Oklahoma State basketball. We're starting to see that Cowgirl defense come to the forefront.
Yeah, and part of that 7-0 run to close that first quarter for Oklahoma State, 3 of Colorado's 4 turnovers were during that final little bit under 2 minutes. They got to continue to take care of it. They turned it over 20 times against Baylor the other day.
Gray off the mark, rebounded by Colorado. On the floor, Johnson, tough finish.
Tell you what, the bigs for Colorado have done a great job running the floor. I like how that they're going to push off misses and be opportunistic. If it's there, they're going to attack.
Tie ball game again at 24 apiece. Igorevba. Gray spinning. Again, Colorado did a nice job keeping the dribbler in front. Acedo creates space and knocks it down.
Yeah, Acedo got just enough space from Sanders. But I think if you're Colorado, you will take that. Oklahoma State's most dangerous when they can draw, help, and kick.
Deflection, scooped up by Hurd. I think Smith got her hand on it initially. Hurd pushing. No hesitation. Finishes with the left.
Yeah, that's a tough matchup for anybody, let alone Sanders, the young freshman, when Hurd's got a full head of steam and able to use that physical frame to go right by you.
Smith knocks it free on the handoff and then takes it coast to coast for the layup. Cowgirl fans on their feet in Stillwater. Timeout, Colorado. And what we've seen over the last few minutes is Oklahoma State operating in its best form, starting on the defensive end.
Well, the defensive pressure has picked up, and they've done it in a physical way, which was important. Here's Aussie, little step back, smooth one right there. Little hesitation, a blow by Hurd, and then the defense turning to offense. It's Aussie, Hurd, and Gray. When they all get going, Oklahoma State's tough.
Cowgirls on a run in Stillwater, and Coach Hoyt told us before the game she wanted her team to be physical.
Yeah, and watch Gray blow up, quote unquote, the handoff right here. And Coach Hoyt talked about that today, being physical on the perimeter on those handoffs. And Adam, even if you don't run through it like Gray did there, you have at least extended Colorado way out of their comfort zone in running their half-court stuff. And what's happened now is Oklahoma State is starting to turn Colorado over at a high clip. And remember, they turned it over 20 times against Baylor. Did a good job early in this game, and now they have 7 turnovers. Oklahoma State's able to pressure. Remember, this was a 19-13 Colorado lead late in the first quarter.
Underneath to Johnson, finishes and foul.
Well, that is a great play coming out of the timeout. See right there, able to handle the handoff and see where they caught it. Case in point, right there. Colorado able to can't handle it just above the three-point line. Johnson rolls. Terrific play right there. And a much-needed basket to stop some momentum from Oklahoma State coming out of that timeout.
How do you adjust to that physicality? If you're Colorado, you say, okay, we think this is how they're going to play these dribble handoffs now. How do you adjust?
You have to be physical back. You know, because to me, if you're going on the handoff, and let's say Oklahoma State is shoving you out and maybe even potentially fouling you, if you're soft, the officials are not going to call it.
Sure.
But if you're strong as an offensive player, you come over those with toughness, and you get that handoff and there's contact, there's a good chance they'll call a foul on Oklahoma State.
C works her way to the rim for 2.
Good to see Alcee. The last couple of games got back to going offensively, and it was really good to see her play well on the road. In that Utah trip, 13 points in Provo, and then backed it up with 15 against Utah.
Finish around Magassa. You don't see that very often for Johnson.
And I tell you what, Johnson is doing what you have to do. You go right at Magassa's chin. You want to go right at a shot blocker, not shy away. And Magassa probably got away with a foul right there.
Tadair trying to blow up the handoff that time, instead commits the foul.
So you asked about that. You see how strong Alcee was with it on the handoff. Yeah. Tadair was trying to be physical. You know, Alcee comes off of that passive at him. They're not going to call that.
Is this the hardest time of the year to be physical like that because you're towards the end of the season at this point and it's been a long year? Or does it get easier as the year goes along?
I mean, I don't think so.
Underneath to Johnson again, called for steps.
Johnson traveled right there, but she is doing a great job right now beating Oklahoma State down the floor. She is rim running in a great way right now.
Colorado still has a massive amount of their points in the paint. 24 of their 29 points in the painted area. Staley Hurd, straight to the ring.
Yeah. You could see her like the matchup from the beginning. She is very much a player that recognizes what type of personnel individual defender is on her.
Alcee knocks the ball free and gets the steal. Now here come the numbers. Out to a wide open Gray. Took a couple of laps, but it went down.
And that's the thing with Oklahoma State. They push so well, they space so well in transition. And that's just a secondary play, wasn't a primary break.
Oh, with the angle for Johnson.
That is impressive. That's multiple times now going right at a terrific defender in Magassa.
Hurd with it. Oklahoma State in and out that time. Cowgirls are shooting 50% from 3, but for the most part, they've taken the ball inside. Only about a third of their shots are three-pointers today. That's below normal.
Well, that's the other thing in the half court. You talked about it. Adam brought it up. They've got to get the ball inside. And remember, it started unfolding better for them when they started getting Magassa touches in the lane.
Augusta got the rebound there, and now Smith quickly into the front court. Kept her footing. Now it's loose. And somehow Hurd gets it over the rim and in. Top of the key. Too strong. Dew comes down with it. In a lot of traffic, able to dribble it back out. Colorado got the offensive rebound there, but the Cowgirls' run here has largely been put forward by some of these effort plays. Pick and roll. Johnson can't finish, but she's fouled that time by Magassa.
Weta, I think, in transition at half court, has done a really nice job setting the table. She has a great job of using the screen. See, right there, Smith is trailing. Johnson waits, establishes it, and then rolls. And when Weta drives in there and she's playing off of 2 feet and not leaving her feet, she's certainly been able to make the correct decision and play.
Johnson makes the first. Our esteemed statistician Brooks Manzer, I won't go far as to call him a mathematician yet, but statistician. That is now 10 points in 5 minutes for Johnson. She averages only 5 a game. So very effective first half for her. That spins out. Hurd gets the rebound.
She likes playing on Saturday because she exploded for 20 points against Houston a week ago.
Coach Prime might have her in a football uniform if she performs like that on Saturdays. A couple of minutes to go here in the second quarter. Cowgirls, after struggling a little bit in the first quarter, just 20 points. I say struggling, still had 20 points in the first. They've already got 20 here in the second. Figueroa takes one away. Wooten now on the run. Kicks. Extra pass. Sidestep 3. Short. Offensive rebound. Wooten loves the mid-range. There's the elbow jump switch.
Yeah, and when you play her, you have to protect drive first. But if you allow her to get too deep because of that, she can get herself in some rhythm and knock down the jumper.
That knocked down somebody in the second row on the pass there.
Yeah, right here. Yeah, a little mix-up defensively, but they had to switch back with Johnson. And then that left enough space for Wooten. And as you alluded to, once she gets in some rhythm there, you saw it against TCU in a big way down the stretch in the second half. She was terrific getting to that mid-range and knocking down that very same shot.
The way Colorado defends, tend to pack it in a little bit. You wouldn't think there'd be a lot of room in that mid-range game, but Wooten found something to take advantage of there. Cowgirls trying to close the half on a run. Figueroa nearly traveled with it. Colorado with some physicality here. Wooten puts it on the deck. Beautiful feed to Adriana for 2. Wooten came in with an assist to turnover ratio at about 1.5. Looks pretty solid for a true freshman.
It is, but she has got to curtail and get those turnovers turned down a little bit.
Deflected out of bounds off the rebound. It'll stay with Colorado.
So this is great, and here's why. There's ball movement, and then the ball finds Wooten later in the possession when the floor is broken. Colorado defenders have been spaced out. And when she can get in that situation, she is terrific because of her quickness and her vision.
Missed. Cowgirls want to run again. Colorado got back in transition well. Keyword hit hard, falls to the deck, but she'll go to the line. And you were talking a moment ago, Brendan, about Wooten's utilization of space there, but that's one thing about this Cowgirl offense as a whole. It seems like any time a guard touches the ball, they're capable of creating a numbers advantage and then finding the best way to use that.
Well, their perimeter is physical, just with the ball, and the surety with which they handle it off the bounce. You know, when you throw, say, Hurd, which we have right now, you have Hurd, Wooten, Gray in there. Smith handles it with strength, and all four of those, I would say, are physical ball handlers. And so once they're able to turn the corner, even with a little bit of pressure on them, you're not able to bump them off course.
Heward hits both free throws.
And you have all four of them right now. And so what J.C. Hoyt is thinking is defense, physical defense, get this stop right here. And if Colorado shoots it early enough, you might have a chance for one last look.
Colorado's still shooting it okay, 46%, but they've turned it over 7 times here in this second quarter and 10 times since the 2-minute mark of the first quarter. Kick out, open look, too strong. Offensive rebound though, 6 to shoot, shot clock is off. 3 seconds to shoot, a dribble drive. The shot is blocked by Magassa off the backboard. Colorado failed.
Big matchups, Adam, that will determine those top 4 seeds and who wins the Big 12 championship.
If you're Oklahoma State, you should get some help if you take care of your own business, because you don't have to play any of those teams above you, and some of them have to play each other. Cowgirls get a stop out of the break. C turns the corner. The wraparound is deflected free. Colorado now on the run.
Yeah, what a good job right there of knocking that three.
Speaking of threes, Garzone knocks one down. Her first points of the game in her former stomping grounds.
Yeah, and now watch Garzone, because she's the type of player that once she hits one, she doesn't need a whole lot of space. Good size at 6'1". She's able to shoot over the top of smaller defenders on that defensive end.
Offensive foul on Micah Gray, turns it over and back to Garzone. She made 83s her first season in Stillwater. Very capable shooter.
And terrific at catch and shoot. That's where she is best. And just shot it well from 3 the last couple of games. Now, she did not play against Baylor. But prior to that, those previous 2 made 5 threes.
Weta buries it.
What a great start. So you turn Oklahoma State over on their first 2 possessions. Able to get a couple good offensive possessions of your own. Terrific job by Colorado coming out of the gate here in the second half.
And you immediately get it back to a single-digit game. Smith off the mark left. Nobody wanted the rebound there for a moment, but Colorado hasn't picked it up. Bob's trying to start on a run here. 3-pointer is short. Staley Hurd wasting no time. Smith spins. She's fouled. Kendall Weta, her second personal. Team's first. Cowgirls got into the bonus early on in the first quarter, but nobody really has foul trouble for Colorado. 3 different players with 2, nobody with 3 or more.
You know, Oklahoma State, obviously, when you play J.C. Hoyt's ball club, you think of Hurd and the way Micah Gray has played the last couple of games. I'm going to see a veteran who can get going. But to me, someone like Smith is invaluable. She's a terrific defender. She's an excellent rebounding guard at her size. And when you watch her play, she always kind of knows when to make something happen. Especially when her team's struggling at one end of the floor or the other.
I see.
And so that's what I'm talking about. Now, she didn't knock down the free throws, but she got herself to line. I'm talking about Smith, the last possession, and then right there, drove it in transition specifically to Asi so she could catch and rip it.
Masagayo drew the foul.
Oklahoma State is great at this in transition. Multiple players can lead a break at any time. See Smith right there, gets the ball in the middle, head on a swivel. Get the rim run, which draws the defense, and then just a nice, easy pass to Aussie in transition right there. Excellent play by Smith.
The defender closed out to the point where they were close to Aussie, but that's way too much space for a shooter like her, as the first free throw is good here for Masagayo.
You have to be almost perfect in transition against Oklahoma State when you play. On makes or misses. You got to sprint back. Obviously, you can't allow an easy one in the paint at the basket. But you got to protect basket, and you have to immediately extend out and match up. We'll have 3, 4 players that can all knock down a long-range shot in transition.
Wooten kicks it out. Gray off the mark. Masagoya with another rebound. Masagayo, excuse me. 10-point game. Colorado trying to chip away. Fed inside. Back outside. Masagayo. I think called for steps. I never saw the call.
The travel right there. Colorado, you had the turnover there, but Colorado looks so much more crisp coming out here the second half on the offensive end. Ball's moving well. Cuts are sharp.
Hurd drew some contact. She'll go to the line. Remember, Weta had not played in 3 weeks, really hadn't even touched a basketball. She's had a little bit of an up and down game, but when she has been on and distributing, this offense has looked pretty good.
Number 1 Johnson in the Buffaloes.
Had 3 assists the first half. She did turn it over 3 times. But you could understand that the timing might be a little bit off because of the timeout, as you were just talking about. A little bit of rust. But when she's been in there, which was 16 minutes in the first half, much different looking ball club in their half-court offense.
Whistle away from the basketball. Negoreva picks up her 3rd personal foul. A little foul trouble for Praise, but she's been able to put in good minutes on the floor.
So this, to me, feels like the way the game started. You know, Colorado was taking care of the ball. They was doing a great job on defense, getting good looks down here because you're taking care of the ball. And Oklahoma State not as probably intense or focused defensively, much like they were the first half coming out. Well, they turned it on towards the end of the first quarter.
Free throw line jumper spins out. Zone awaits the screen. Back to Johnson. Spinning. Back shot good.
What a great adjustment right there by Johnson. Negoreva did a really good job, actually, of getting back and being matched up. You see Johnson not getting in a hurry. Comes set.
Cowgirl lead is down to 8. Scrum for the ball. And I think that's going to be a foul on Colorado. It is.
Watch Johnson right here. Screen roll. See Negoreva. Good positioning, but Johnson pivots back the other direction. Excellent finish right there.
Cowgirls having a tough time getting the ball in, and a foul. Called on Grace Oliver, trying to defend Staley Hurd. This is the 4th team foul for Colorado already in this quarter. Gray is fouled. That one called on A.J. Johnson. Just her first, but for the 2nd time in as many halves within the first 5 minutes, Cowgirls are in the bonus.
That's what I was saying. This feels so much like the start of the game. We mentioned it early on when Colorado jumped out to a 19-13 lead. The tempo was there, which was very good. Defensively, they were mostly solid. They were taking care of it. The only thing early in the game that wasn't great as they were putting Oklahoma State on the line.
Gray makes both. Cowgirls as a team now 14 for 18 for 77%. Broken play. The ball is up underneath with Oliver. It's knocked out of bounds. It'll stay with the Buffaloes. Colorado has trimmed the lead to as few as 8 in this third quarter. Inside to Johnson, trying to get it back down to 8, and she does.
That's really good.
Both hands, too.
Yeah, going over either shoulder. And again, it's right at Magassa.
Speaking of Magassa, Wood found her for the easy look underneath.
And Wood really has great vision, and she sees the floor in a great way.
Garzone flings it up with the left. Johnson there, can't get the putback. And Magassa, I believe, drew the foul. Grace Oliver picks up her 3rd personal. It's the team's 6th. So Magassa will have free throws coming up when we return to Stillwater in just.
You know, it's funny, and they both absolutely can shoot it. I mean, it's just, as you're going through their history and background and their friendship, just thinking, how many, they probably like rebounding for each other when you're just shooting around, because all you got to do is stand underneath the net, kick it back out to them.
Magassa's free throw put Oklahoma State up 11. Magassa 3 for 4 at the line today. It's a better day than usual. Able to finish. Cut it back to 9.
Yeah, it's been a theme. Any kind of timeout, Colorado's come out of it, run something really good, executed it well, and it's all been downhill towards the rim.
Monagret takes one away from Tadair that time. Bounce pass to Wood, attacks, it's broken up. And then we have a foul on Garzone. That's her 3rd personal. Asi will go to the line. A little bit slow to get up. Took a little bit of a hip check there. Makes the first and 81% foul shooter on the year. A couple of 3-pointers in this game. She was able to score in double figures on the road trip to Utah, even though she didn't shoot the ball particularly well.
No, that's right, but it's important because prior to the road trip to Utah, her splits home and away during conference, I mean, there was a huge discrepancy. And they're going to need her in March to be playing well as you play your games away from home. Another good set right there. Paint points for Colorado. Paint points for Oklahoma State.
Just a couple of elite offensive sets on those last 2 times up the floor. Sagayo flings it out to Tadair. Tadair hasn't scored today, but a 39% 3-point shooter on the year. Passes it to Masagayo. Crown Horn to travel. Instead of foul, Masagayo will go to the line. Officials saying Masagayo never had the possession.
Yeah, let's take a look right here. Tadair turns the corner. It's all right to me.
Seems reasonable.
Yeah.
Never had full possession. Once she did gather, she stopped.
Yeah, the official immediately, you know, when J.C. Hoyt questioned that, immediately had an answer. And typically when officials, I mean, immediately tell those coaches to do it's their, it tells you they're confident in what they saw. Don't you hope that that would be the majority of the time, and it is. And that's Magassa's third. And with Colorado their commitment here in this third quarter, back to really getting downhill, getting to the paint, working there first. And Oklahoma State has a different look. Now, Egarepa, a very good defender at the 5, but it's different. She's more of a position defender, not a rim protector like Magassa. Doesn't have the length that Magassa has.
Hurd straight to the basket.
I don't know what Betson is supposed to do there. I mean, she had basically Hurd in front, did a good job of being physical defensively, but Hurd can absorb contact with her upper body about as good as anybody.
That was about as close as you can come in basketball to legally stiff-arming a defender and just go to the rim anyway. That's knocked free and out of bounds. It'll go over to Oklahoma State.
Now watch this. I mean, this is just, Betson goes around the screen, good drop step, keeps in front. Hurd initiates contact and knocks Betson off course a little bit. That's how impressive Hurd is.
Cowgirls up a dozen. Approach the end of the third quarter.
Back-to-back Sweet 16s. I mean, that's an established program that has really good consistency. Arizona, 4 straight NCAAs, to the finals in 21. And as you said, 5 of their top 6 players are underclassmen. And then Arizona State's got a lot of potential. And Utah's been really good. They're really good. J.C. Hoyt. That's the reason she was so proud being able to go on the road and beat the Utes.
Johnson trying to power her way to the basket. Can't make it. And I see he picks it up. Cowgirls up the floor in a hurry, but Colorado a nice job getting back. Hurd though from the floor hits it. Brendan, they got back in transition, and Oklahoma State still found an opening.
Well, that's Wooten. When Wooten is playing well, she's just making basic plays typically. And right there, just drives to the heart, kicks. You notice Hurd was able to catch and shoot in rhythm because the pass was perfect.
Johnson able to finish, and to that end, is it her quickness that helps it? She can almost, it seems like, get to more basic plays because she's able to quickly get around defenders.
She has, you see it. I mean, there is a burst from her with the ball in her hands in transition and in the half court.
Egarepa called for the travel. Let's go back to that three.
Yeah, here it is right here. See, this is just vision, playing off 2 feet, and it was fairly well guarded. Was that Johnson? It wasn't like she was caught at the block or in the paint. She was trying to get out there and contest, but because the pass was crisp, on time, and on target, all Hurd had to do was just get her feet in rhythm and knock it down.
One thing we haven't talked about, Oklahoma State has really limited Colorado from beyond the arc. 2 for 11 from three-point range. Now Foreman is out. She's their best three-point shooter, so that adds to that. But the Cowgirls have done a nice job defensively on the perimeter today. Look at the scrum for this ball, and it pops out to Micah Gray all alone for 2. There were at least 3, if not 4 Cowgirls on the floor on that play. Shot clock is off. Plays like that will get the home fans fired up in a hurry. Weta with 4 to shoot. Trying to drive, a whistle, offensive foul. Wooten got position and took the contact. An offensive foul, so no free throws, but that's 3 on Weta.
Yeah, Wooten making really positive, sound, solid plays at both ends of the floor right now.
Only 2 seconds here. Into Egarepa, who pitches it to Asi from half court. Off the mark. And the clock did initially start. So they'll look at the timing. I suspect that took 2.2 seconds or whatever was on the clock there. So
turning Colorado over again. And I mean, that happened in the first quarter. That's why they were able to end that quarter on a 7-0 run and take the lead after being down 19-13. And You know, Colorado, to me, those first few minutes of that third period, were doing everything right, you know, to try to get it inside 10 going into the final period and give yourself a much better chance against an Oklahoma State team that has been really good here at home.
Only one loss at home this season for the Cowgirls. They're 15-1. There's a foul. Masagayo picks up foul number 4. First in this quarter for Colorado. And in both the first and the third quarters, the Buffaloes led by 6 at one point. Oklahoma State won the first quarter 20-19, so by a point, and won the third quarter 21-20, so also by a point. So you end up going from down 6 to up 1 as Oklahoma State in both the first and the third quarters, and finishing those quarters strong as Hurd makes the first free throw. We've talked a lot this year, Brendan Manzer, when we've had these games for Oklahoma State, how capable Staley Hurd is of kind of scoring without feeling like she's doing much, and she's got 23 on 12 points today. After the takeaway, Oklahoma State can't finish in transition. It'll go back to Colorado. But Staley Hurd, yet again, finding ways to impact the game, is quietly making the right play again and again.
Well, that's, you know, especially as a freshman, and I think early this season, there's another turnover with the pressure caused by Oklahoma State. But with Hurd, you know, she can have a game where she scores 8 or 9 and still plays great. I think sometimes when she forces it a little too much offensively, and you want her to do that and be aggressive, because she is good, but sometimes you got to let the game come to you. And I thought early in this game, she was pressing a little bit, wanted to have a great game, and then started letting plays develop and coming to her, and then she was in flow. And she's, you know, once that happens, she's almost unstoppable because of her versatility. I mean, she shoots it, she drives it, she could post you. If, you know, that was the advantage for her.
She started 2 for 5 from the field. Since then, she's 5 for 7. A couple of threes as well. Too strong. Wooten gets the board. Hurd with a head of steam. Turns it over. Betson stood her ground.
Yeah. Yeah, I like the no call right there. And Betson was just sitting back there in the pocket.
Shoveled underneath. A miss. Egareva tried to pitch it out to Hurd. Went off her back heel and out of bounds. Most times, I think that's what Oklahoma State's looking to do, Brendan, but maybe trying to slow it down a little bit more right now.
Well, the opportunity was there, but Hurd was sprinting up the floor. Egareva had a teammate, another perimeter player close to her. That's where, as a guard, I think it was Smith. And if you're not in Egareva's vision, you have to be talking to her and let her know where you are as a perimeter player.
Smith rebounds the Tadair miss. Hurd off of Betson, can't finish.
But Betson does a good job with that left foot drop step, trying to keep Hurd from moving the corner. And that's, I mean, honestly, it's pretty impressive for a freshman big to be able to keep someone like Hurd from turning that corner.
And the freshman out of Melbourne, Australia, no less, so a long way from home to play her college basketball. And you can see she's got a bright future in a Colorado uniform.
I mean, you know, think about Oliver, freshman. Sanders is a freshman. Johnson played a year ago at Minnesota, a sophomore. Masagayo, junior. I mean, assuming, you know, this day and age you don't ever know, but that's a pretty good core to return.
So Oklahoma State squad as well. I mean, certainly you're going to lose Magassa, Asi. As Heward is fouled, she'll go to the line. But You look at some of the younger pieces. Micah Gray's got another year left. Staley Hurd, just a sophomore. Jaden Wooten, a freshman. I mean, there's plenty of young pieces on this Cowgirl roster as well. Not to mention Heward, who's going to the line right now.
Well, I think, in terms of Oklahoma State, the way J.C. Hoyt's teams play, I think offensively, to me, it would be something that you would like. She lets the shooters shoot. They move the ball. They share. Even last year, where out of necessity, Annegret Assi had to play point, and it was a roughie by J.C. Hoyt's standards. But they still tried to play the right way, in my opinion. The ball moved on that team.
There's Tadair. We've talked about her ability to shoot the three. We finally see it come to fruition there. And I got to think what you were just talking about with Coach Hoyt, the style of offense in particular that this team plays. Why would look for her? Not only would I imagine that makes players want to stick around, it's probably intriguing when you talk to somebody in the portal as well. Johnson going to work again. She's fouled. Magassa picks up foul number 4, and Johnson, who averages just 5 a game, has 16 and has a chance to add more to it.
There's Tadair, 39% three-point shooter, pure on that possession. She's really been shooting it well about the last 4 games, and then, it's so hard. You can't leave her open like that. But she's so hard to defend without help because of all the ways she can hurt you.
It's the exact same spot that last Hurd 3 where she hit the dagger against TCU a few weeks ago in this building. High post and a quick double team. Tadair came in there and tied it up. They'll stay with Oklahoma State. We haven't seen that much today defensively from Colorado. A little bit of a shakeup. Deflection will stay with Oklahoma State. The Cowgirls have pushed the lead to 17. Hurd on the drive, another double team, couldn't finish.
Oh, nice job right there of Tadair rotating over. Talked about you have to defend Hurd with help.
Foul called on Macy Heward, her first.
Well, Johnson has been really impressive today. To me, 18 points so far, 9 field goal attempts. There's 19. She's got herself to the line, and right there, she literally had nothing but created contact, forced the foul. She has nice size, but really moves well, going either direction. She can face up, and she's shown that she can post up a little bit here today.
Just a true sophomore out of Jefferson, Wisconsin. Transferred in from Minnesota. We've got a foul here on Garzone. That's her 4th. And the officials with some stern words for somebody in the huddle there. C flashed under the basket for a moment. Instead, it's out to Hurd and now Smith. Heward drives. No, but Igareva with the rebound. And she's fouled. And that's 5 on Garzone, the former Cowgirl. In her last game in Gallagher Arena, she'll go to the bench a little early.
Yeah, and Leor just not able to ever really get into any rhythm. Mostly in foul trouble here this afternoon. thought when she made that 1-3, and you thought, oh, here she goes. She knows she can score in bunches.
We talked to Coach Payne about Leor coming back to Stillwater. She said she's got fond memories here, and because my question was kind of, does that still mean anything to anybody? Because you see the transfer portal affect so many players. Does coming back to a former place still mean something? And it sounds like to Elise Garzoni.
Yeah, she was here 2 years, which this day and age, that's an eternity, right? Well, I know this. She was very highly thought of how she carried herself. And from the academic people to administration to coaches, etc. I always heard very good things about the type of person that she is.
Hits the jumper.
I mean, when you watch Aussie, she's not like Hurd or Smith or Wooten, where she just has this burst and blows by you. But she, in her own way, because of changing tempo and always keeping the dribble alive, does such a good job of finding her way to the paint.
It's right through the hands of Aaron Powell and out of bounds. And that'll get us to the fourth quarter media timeout with Oklahoma State.
9-8 times, 7 boards, and J.C. Hoyt had them. This will be just as important as all those really good numbers. She's only turned the ball over once.
Cowgirls as a team have only turned it over 11 times to this point in the game, compared to 20 for Colorado. Hurd kind of hanging out in the wing right now. I see step back short. Iguareva got it. She is surrounded, but able to pitch it out. Smith walked into that one, but left it short. Iguareva doesn't have a lot of minutes, but has put together 4 points and 3 boards in 16 minutes.
Her board production is down. That's all she has is 16 minutes. Usually she's got 8 or 9 if she's playing that much.
Close range, no. Smith, tried to circus shot, couldn't finish. It's a track meet right now. Colorado going back the other way. Underneath. Dude, yes.
That was a great catch right there from Duke. She's basically underneath the basket.
J.C. Hoyt directing offense. Now Seed coming off the screen, off the mark. Out of bounds off Colorado. It'll stay with Oklahoma State. Frida Foreman out of this contest. She's missed the last 7 games, and she's a big piece for this Colorado squad.
I'd say. Hopefully she gets back. I mean, that foot, it literally is day to day. I mean, you missed her 13 points, and she is a great shooter, which really stretches out the defense, and her teammates can play off of that. She shoots 44% from 3. But I think more importantly, what you miss on the floor is her leadership. She's a program player, 5 years at Colorado. And hopefully, you know, we all hope for the best that she can get back before the season's over.
Well, you wonder how much of a difference her presence would have made in some of those moments, like that last minute and a half of the first quarter when Colorado turned it over 3 times. Would she have been someone who could have kind of settled the team back in and maybe cut off a little bit of that Oklahoma State run? Because there's been a couple of segments like that in this game. Underneath to Betson, the freshman. I think she's called for the double dribble. Cowgirls have gotten 21 of their 76 from the free throw line in this game. 5 different players have attempted at least 4 free throws, so it's not been all one player. Iguareva able to go right to the rim.
We're talking about Magassa being able to make plays in the post, more comfortable as the season has progressed. So too is Egareva. Like when she has an angle, she's starting to finish plays inside.
Nice backdoor cut by Sanders. They find her for the easy bucket. Line change coming here for Oklahoma State. 95 seconds to go. Asi from the free throw line, strong. Slapped out, falls back to Asi.
There's Egareva right there. Leaving her area to tap that basketball, keep it alive.
Weird things it underneath. Egareva's triple team finishes anyway. And a timeout for some substitutions here.
One Johnson in for Colorado for the Cowgirls.
Jones, Langerman, Magassa all check in. Jones and Langerman, both seniors, entering the game here on senior day.
Well, this time a favorable matchup for Egareva. That was Sanders on her hip right there. Talked about her doing a much better job of finishing.
Today restricted the ball by her fellow Estonian there, Asi. Langerman can't finish. She's a fan favorite around these parts. Couldn't quite get that one to go. Long pass at the floor for Colorado. That's too strong. Jones with the board. Asi for the baseline. Got it. Asi being honored today for senior day as well after the end of the contest here, and she has been a big difference maker for this Cowgirl squad since coming in from Arizona, really helping J.C. Hoyt kind of establish a lot of things these first few years.
Yeah, and she's been really good. She's done everything she's been asked to do and done it at a pretty high level.
Jumper hits there for Powell. Another freshman. She's out of Hampshire, England.
Substitution timeout for the Cowgirls.
Heavy international influence on this Colorado roster. And the bench will clear here. Evans, Butler, Heward, Gray, Anais Rodriguez all in. All five on the floor for the girls coming out. For the Cowgirls, that is. Langerman will head to the bench. Butler spins around the ball a little bit. That will end it. Oklahoma State ends up winning it by 17. Kind of felt like they just kept Colorado at arm's length most of that second half. Able to get to a comfortable victory here in Stillwater.
Yeah, I mean,